very much. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. I'd like to explain that in the area of ESP, there is a sort of borderline or fringe area that we have not been able to understand. It is that area known as mind energy, the area in which the mind is able to move objects, heat various metals, and do things of an unexplainable nature. Now, in this area of ESP, we find that we need a certain type of persons who can create this particular energy. And tonight, I was fortunate to select two people from the audience who I feel have this ability and will be able to help me with the two experiments about to be performed. On my right, I have Donna, who graciously volunteered to perform for us. And on my left, I have Brahm. Now, I'd like you to give them a big hand for coming up here. And I would like to explain that what we're about to do will require the attention of my assistants here. And will you kindly do just exactly what I ask you and see if we can achieve some very definite results. All right. First of all, I would like to explain, I have a little envelope here with a prediction inside. The first experiment is rather small, but it's merely to find out whether we can work together on this particular effect. Now, I have 5 cards here that are used for testing extrasensory perception. One has 3 wavy lines, the other has a circle, the next one has a cross, the next one has a star, and the last one has a square. I'm going to mix the cards up so that none of us know the position of the cards. Now, after that has been done, I'm going to have one of these cards selected. And this selection will be made by elimination. In other words, we will eliminate 1 card at a time until but 1 card remains. I'm going to start on this side, and Donna, I'm going to ask you to say stop or to point to any card in this group of 5. As I pass my pencil over this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards, I want you to point to any card or stop me at any card, and I will remove that card.
Stop.
That one. The 5th card, all right, we'll remove that. Now, Brahm, we're going to do the same. I'm going to pass my pencil over this, say stop at any time. Stop that one there. All right, we'll remove that card, which leaves us with 3 cards. This one, that one, or that one.
Second one.
The second one, you want that removed. All right, which leaves us with only 2 cards, the left or the right.
Remove this one.
You will remove that one?
Yes.
All right, that leaves us with only 1 card. Now, I would like you, sir, to pick up that envelope, open it up, and read what is in that envelope aloud. Just before you do that, I'd like to show you the card that we were left with. The card we were left with is a circle. Please read the prediction on the paper in the envelope.
Despite the fairness of your selection, certain influences beyond your comprehension will cause you to choose a circle. Micky hates.
Choose a circle. And that is exactly what we have. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, the next experiment is to be a little more difficult. And in order to make it come to an end that we would like, I'm going to ask you to follow my directions carefully. First of all, I'd like to explain that in this box, which I'll refer to as a vault, we have $2,000. Now, imagine that this vault is locked with this padlock. And in order to remove this money, you would have to open this padlock. It will, of course, be very easy to do so with a key. All you have to do is insert the key and open the padlock. However, I intend to do this the hard way. Please check this lock to see that it is quite ordinary. Lock it, if you will. All right. And I would like to show you that a key fits into the lock, and will you just snap it open? And we'll place this lock in front for the moment, because I would like you to take this sheet of paper. You'll find some tags, some sticky tags on it. Will you sign your initials on about 3 of those tags, and then use them to seal any openings in that lock? I would suggest first that you take one of those tags and place it over the keyway in that lock. While you're doing that, I'm going to ask you to take and sign your initials on a couple more of those tags. Now, make sure you cover any vulnerable area of that lock where you think something could be inserted, or that somehow some way we could reach physically into the lock to open it. All right? Now, will you pass the lock over to the right and have Donna place her 3 patches anywhere she wishes over the lock? Any areas that you feel that might be vulnerable to being tampered with. Now, when this has been done, I would like to explain once again that I want you to remember that there's $2,000 in here that you can have. It's absolutely yours. The only request I make is that you open this lock without using a key or a pick, a hacksaw, or a set of bolt cutters. Let's just put the lock over here, and I want you to do it this way. Please bear with me. I have not given you any other suggestions before. This is the first time that I'm telling you what to do, and this is what I want you to do. I want you to concentrate and imagine that you are opening this lock with a long mental probe. I will explain. A mental probe would be like a large or thin steel rod. On the end of this rod are 2 little notches. These are the notches that will go into the lock, in between the 2 springs, and open them. So now just imagine that you are actually reaching out with your mind into the lock and opening the lock that way. While you're doing this, I'll tell you exactly what to think. We'll start to count from 5 down. At the count of 5, imagine that you're reaching into the lock with a probe, reaching into the lock. Okay, now number 4, you've just reached in through the metal, into the lock, and you're going in between 2 springs. 3, you're now trying to press the 2 springs apart. Just concentrate and really believe you're doing this. You're pressing the 2 springs apart. It's rather difficult, but you're doing this, and you are going to go a little closer, a little harder. 1, you're just a little harder. Just concentrate and imagine that you're really opening that lock. Just concentrate. And as you concentrate, you will open this lock. Concentrate. Please concentrate. You did it. Your initials are there. Everything is closed up. The lock is open. You did it. And you know what? You deserve your just reward. However, ladies and gentlemen, I should explain something. It was necessary for me to lie in order to have you concentrate. I do have $2,000 here, which I will give you, but I forgot to tell you, this happens to be stage money. But thank you very much for coming up here. Ladies and gentlemen, do give them a big hand. Thank you very much. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, you too can do the very same thing. All you have to do is unlock your mouth.